Bernard Tobin here for Real Agriculture. Today I'm at Syngenta's newly renovated office in Guelph, Ontario, and we're going to talk about the future of work in agriculture and agribusiness. And to have that conversation, I'm joined by Trevor Heck. He is the president of Syngenta Canada. Sir, thank you for the invitation. Some nice digs.
Yeah, thanks, Bern. Thanks for visiting us, and look forward to chatting about talent in agriculture as we go forward here.
Let's talk about this office, redesigned, newly modeled, and it really reflects, I guess, Syngenta's vision of how you're going to do business, how your staff is going to work, how your team is going to work, and how you're going to, service your customers. Take us around here and tell us, what's the strategy, what's the vision?
Right. So, the project started about 5 years ago. And we sat down as a leadership team and we started to talk about talent, because at that point in time, talent was getting challenging to fill jobs. And we knew that, in Guelph or Calgary, where our two main offices are, that we wouldn't be able to draw all the talent from those particular markets. And we would have to start moving to a combination of having people in an office, having remote talent across Canada. And in order to do that and be able to have a good, way of working for employees and good connectivity, we had to go through a redesign. And part of that was thinking about, in the future, if you look at younger talent, what kind of environment do they want to work in? And the whole concept of, also working from home a little as well, and that hybrid work scenario, we realized that we weren't in a good position with some of our old facilities. So that's kind of how we got to this stage here now.
Now I'm looking around here. I see a lot of open space. I don't see a lot of desks. I don't see a lot of offices. I see a lot of open space for people to sort of to meet, and flexibility is part of this, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's built a little bit more like a conference center, and really the whole idea is that we know that, well, right now we have people in 9 provinces across Canada, and that's something that we started a number of years ago, is open it up. So we're going to have people where our farmers and our retailers are, but we're going to have to attract talent from other industries and from other markets over time. But we need a place to congregate and be able to collaborate as well. We're a science-based organization, so you have to be able to collaborate, and you want to do that in person once in a while. So we have quite a few. We have a big base of staff in Southern Ontario, but we also have another facility in Calgary as well, Arva, Ontario. And so those places are being redesigned now to be collaboration spaces, customer visit spaces, a place for people from across Canada to either meet electronically or in person, depending upon what you're working on.
Now, a big part of this obviously is serving customers, serving farmers. We've just been through one of the busiest planting seasons here in Ontario that we've ever seen. And I guess, tell us, how your workplace structure is designed to support farmers, when and where they need your products and your people.
Yeah. So, the one thing we look at is like 2 factors when we're looking at talent. One is we want to have people where the customers are. So that's part of the reason why, if you look at, we even expanded into like our horticulture market coverage. Ontario is one of those spots, Southern Alberta, British Columbia, Eastern Canada, the Maritimes. So we're going to have our staff wherever they need to be to either do R&D trials, if they have to do them in a local environment for the right type of environment, or to be servicing customers. That's the first thing that we look at. The second thing is we need the best talent in some of these other roles that maybe wouldn't be non-traditional ag talent, like human resources, pulling scientists into regulatory, for example, production and supply. And so we're really using geography to find the best talent. But first thing we do is look at where do our customers are and how do we serve our customers. We've designed these facilities so we can collaborate across Canada with our staff wherever they are to service customers or be able to bring new products to market.
Let's talk about agribusiness and talent. And we have labor shortages across every sector in agriculture, and we have a lot of competition for the graduates coming out of the University of Guelph across the street and other ag schools across this country. How do you compete for the talent you need? And how does this workplace and this approach, I guess, give you a competitive edge?
Yeah, I guess we've been thinking a lot about about that. And one of the areas that's really important to us is making sure that we're pulling in talent from other industries and other markets. And one approach we could have taken at one time was to say, hey, 80% of our business is in Western Canada. Let's just move the office out there and potentially lose some of the local talent here. That sometimes happens when you move an office. But really what we're looking at doing is our job is, sure, everybody wants like the best talent at the top ag schools, right? But if we're all going after that talent and that's all we're doing, we are all fishing from the same pond. So we still are interested in that, but that's a finite resource. So for us, when we're looking at other parts, other functions of our business, or even training scientists, for example, they could be involved in biology in another industry or chemistry in another industry, we are looking at opportunities to pull them into Syngenta, get them pumped up about agriculture. But where we are in the sort of agriculture value chain, we see it as part of our role to pull people in from other industries. And one of the things I'll talk about a little bit later today is, we've got 47% female in Syngenta Canada. And a lot of it in agriculture, a lot of the graduates coming out, it's actually pretty balanced, 50-50. But we've been building that up over time, and then we're also looking at the whole element around the diversity of different employee areas out there that we can tap into. And so that's all part of our strategy, and overall it works well. And if you've got a good environment, you're going to attract people come into this facility or our facility in Calgary or in London, Ontario. They go, hey, I'd like to work for Syngenta. This is a really cool work environment. So we've been looking at, what the work of the future looks like and trying to give people a chance to settle in agriculture there.
Awesome. Hey, final question. Now we're in, as you mentioned, in Guelph today. From a footprint perspective across Canada, I guess we're going to see this same type of approach in Calgary, for example.
Yeah, I think we've got, because of both the seeds and crop protection business, we have a bit of in the corn and soybean business, we have a bit of a bigger footprint just in this area around Guelph. So our office in Calgary is not the same size, but it's the same type of concept. We've went into this knowing that we are going to have to connect with our staff, support them with growers, support them developing products all across Canada. So a lot of things you're going to see here, the reason we call it the future of work is incredible technology. So you can jump on a video call with anybody if they're in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, or out in Provost, Alberta, or wherever they are. And you can be able to, it's like you're in the same room with each other. And so it's been designed around collaborating across Canada. So all of our facilities are going to look very similar to what you see in terms of Guelph, same type of technology, and setting us up for the future and solving customers' problems. So.
Awesome. Well, Trevor, hey, thank you for taking the time. Thanks for the invite, and thanks for sharing the story.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Vern. Enjoy today. Thank you.